Hi, I'm Bart Hanson. I'm the owner and lead instructor for CrushLivePoker.com. The following hand comes from our call-in show that we record at 4:45 p.m. Pacific Time every Monday. If you want to call in your hand, check out the instructions in the video description.
So in this hand, there's a $5 button straddle.
Okay.
The small blind calls, folds to me in middle position. I have two black eights, and I raise to 20.
All right. So small
Button
blind calls,
and
and you're an MP, like MP1, right?
yes,
To 20 with two black eights. Okay.
button calls,
Uh-huh.
small blind calls.
Okay. So three ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So 60, about
62
60
in the
pot.
middle.
Okay.
Flop is 7 of diamonds, 3 of hearts, 5 of diamonds.
7 of diamonds, 3 of hearts, 5 of diamonds. So you flop a small overpair.
Yes.
Okay.
Small blind checks.
Mm-hmm.
I bet 45. The villain on the button calls, and
Okay.
the small blind folds.
So hero 45, button calls, and a fold, right? So
Yeah,
pot's
pretty
about
standard.
pot's about 152, right? Something like that.
Yep.
By the way, I have to compliment you on your phone connection. I don't know if you guys listen to like Howard Stern and how it drives him nuts when people call on well, it used to be cell phones, but everyone's got a cell phone now. Speakerphones, things like that. There's a very large variance in a lot of variables in phone quality from call to call, but yours is very good.
Well, we'll see if I played this hand as good as my phone connection.
All right.
So, anyway, it's 152 in the pot.
Yep.
The turn is a 6 of hearts.
6 of hearts.
So
Okay.
now there's a one-liner
Yep.
to the 4.
Yep.
And it's two-tone, 2 flush draws.
2 flush draws, and you now turn sort of open-ended too, right? 7, 3, 5, 6, and you have 8s. Okay.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah. So I bet 80 here. I wasn't really quite sure what to bet. I don't know if half pot is too small. I should size that up bigger. What I should have bet.
I mean, obviously, I don't usually play down at this level, and yes, you do have. There are 2 flush draws out there, obviously, too. The gut shot comes in. This is an interesting one because if you're deeper, what we've learned from sort of the computer sort of work the last couple years is that 8s is more of a bet here on the turn than say pocket kings or pocket aces because you have a draw that you can call a race with too. You have equity against 2 pair versus like kings or aces where it's a really bad card. You also might need a little bit of equity protection too to not allow a free card off. But I mean, my gut says that this is probably going to be a check. I feel like if I put myself in this game, I would probably check here. I think it would suck to get jammed on if somebody went nuts with a hand that they're not really supposed to go nuts with, like 2 pair. I mean, that's my feeling. If I put myself in this spot, I don't think I would bet this card all that much. But 8s is better to bet than, say, aces or kings.
Okay.
Yeah. So you bet 80.
I ended up, I bet 80 and villain calls.
Okay, so button calls. So now we're looking at a pot of what, 312, something like that, right?
Yep.
Okay.
River is a 10 of hearts.
10 of hearts. Okay. So backdoor hearts come
backdoor
in.
Heart.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so backdoor hearts gets there, but nothing else really. I think about it for a little bit and decide to check.
Mm-hmm.
And villain thinks for a little while, and then he puts 200 in the middle. And
So wait a minute. So he bets 200. So he bets 200 here at the end. I mean, let's take a look here. I mean, people don't usually bluff all that much. He's betting 200, 350, so you're getting about 2.5 to 1, right? Something like that. The pot's going to be 550, 200 for you to call. I would think that it would be close. I don't know if people are slow playing like a 4 here. I think that like on the turn to bet the river here when the heart comes in, I see a lot of people at the lower stakes check back hands that they should bet. That also makes me think that, 2 pair is not going to be bet at the end. He's just going to check it back, sort of for showdown. You do block some of the 8-9 straights with two eights in your hand, but you're sort of looking at kind of like missed diamonds here is the only hand that you're going to basically beat. I do think that your opponent is probably polarized here in the sense that it's going to be a straight plus for value. I don't think that he's going to roll over like 10-7 for two pair. And if he does, God bless him, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to depolarize the river. So if you think that he has enough front door diamonds here, you could call. I mean, I think I would look at this, and I don't know if you played with this guy in the past, but if you see him checking over a lot of hands to get to showdown, if he's not betting and he's happy to check back a lot of rivers, then this makes this more of a call at the end for me. Do you understand why? If I see him
Yeah.
checking back a lot of rivers with a lot of medium showdown types of hands, and
Yeah, exactly.
if he had like any ever was in a spot like this and checked back a four because of the flush draw and he just wanted to win the pot, then he's very polarized here, on the river. That being said, though, there are a fair amount of flushes here that he can make too in the form of 7x of hearts, 5x of hearts. So it's kind of tough for me to say here. I mean, are you good here 1 out of 3.5 times and beat a front door diamonds? I think a lot of people aren't going to turn pairs into bluffs here all that much either. A lot of people will show down with those types of hands too. So if you think that he's going to raise off a four on the turn quite a bit, not just call, and you think that this is going to be a heart flush, that's the only thing he's going to bet for value or nothing, then I would probably call. But I don't know if that dynamic necessarily exists, but that's the way that I would think about it.
Yeah, he was playing real aggressively, and to check call was kind of out of character for him.
Uh-huh.
He was betting a lot of two pairs that he was making, and he was thin raising,
Uh-huh.
and he was in a lot of pots. So I went in the tank for a while. I almost folded, and I guess it was at the end of the night, and I really wanted to look him up. I guess it kind of came down to that, and I did call, and he had 6-9 offsuit, so he
Six
turned a
nine
pair of
offsuit.
sixes.
That's interesting because
Yeah,
somebody in the chat said ace three of diamonds for a bluff, and I was just about to respond to him and saying I don't think that a lot of people bluff rivers here with pairs at this level. They just sort of check it back and hope that they're going to win against ace king. So that sort of surprises me that he has a pair. So obviously he thought he was bluffing here, right? But
yeah.
I do want you to sort of make sure that you follow my reasoning here and just
Oh no,
try
absolutely.
to pay
That's why
attention to
I asked.
how thinly people are betting, because it could be an easy fold against some people, it could be an easy call against some people. If there weren't front door diamonds out there, I'd have a hard time calling here. Like if it was 7-3-5 rainbow and it came heart heart and this guy bet the river, I can't find a lot of stuff here, that you beat, but here he might have enough bluff diamonds to make this call. So I would say good call. Hey guys, if you like what you've seen here, please click on the subscribe button and you'll get notified every time we put up a new video. And if you want to check out crushlivepoker.com for the first month free, use the code YTA200. Click on the link right there.